See if I'm jabbering away. No, this one. Does it say live?
I'm surprised they're
Oh, we're
actually.
over here, and I can see Mark saying Bill and Jody, and that was early. So apparently, it's just there's only us. There's 0 people here. Hello, everybody that's not here.
Yeah, I was shocked to see in that picture that they may be releasing ND filters with the Air
Oh,
3s.
well, I'm not that surprised because they've done stuff like that before. I
Yeah, but
think
they haven't since what, the Air 2s.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that was the last time they did it.
So
Yeah.
I guess it would make sense the Air 3s. So the Air 3 would be the oddity.
Oh wow, the delay's like minimal. It says 6 people are waiting, but we're live. That's really strange. Let's see. Can anybody? I'm not getting any chat thing. It says we've been on for 55 seconds. We got 6 people watching. Hi everybody, and welcome to the countdown to 300. And if you're confused, basically what that means is that we're only 2 shows away from actually having 300 shows. So that's what we're heading. We got 2 shows away. So next week will be 299. Ron won't be here tonight. Hopefully Angel will drop by sometime tonight. I know he's got some stuff going on at his house. But we're going to be talking about, like I said, what got me to 300 shows. It started out a long time ago with me, Billy, and Dan, and now it's evolved all the way to Ron's been around for a while, and John Coopy stayed around for a while, and we kind of done a little different thing here and there. So, but let me go through the chat real quick. We've got a few people that actually showed up. We got 9 people, so I can actually say, "Hey, Mark White and Jody, drone shots, good to see you. TJ, the man with the interesting stickers, and yes, I guess I need to send you my address. I'd like to get 1 or 2 of those to give away to people. David, AZ Drone Dude, I never messaged him. I should have. I didn't think about it. Nemo is alive for about 15 or 20 more minutes. Glad to have you in the house as well. Randy and Dom. We see Dom as well. Let's see. Oh, and Randy's telling everybody. Let me show that Randy said hi to everybody. Okay, there we go. I guess the big thing is we know there's new pictures released for the drone that everybody seems to think is coming out in November, but I think it's coming out within a couple of weeks now, especially since they've got pictures of the Flymore kit. We'll see. I don't see them waiting until November. I really don't. I think they're going to try to get this one done.
You
Since
talking about
it's,
the Air 3s?
yep.
I would say mid-October.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking like possibly a day before we have the 300th show. So like the 300th show would be celebrating the Air 3S. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And me ordering Air 3S and watching from my wife with her iron skillet as I run to the UPS man. Please give it to me quickly. I'm running.
Well, at least I seen the prices that are leaked. Supposedly, it's going to be a little cheaper than the Air 3.
Well, we'll talk about that here too. I can show that.
But
Well,
it doesn't have the RC2.
did you see that he? Wait a minute. If you look at let me go ahead and put this up here. Let me share. Angel, where are you? Let me see this. I'm gonna message Angel, and we'll see. Angel.
Which I would be good with no RC2 because I have the Air 3, so I don't need 2 RC2s.
Well, and I think didn't RC2 come with Mini 4 Pro?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, but it's always cool to have an extra one, just by virtue as if you went ahead and got a Neo, you'd
Right.
have another
And
controller it would work with.
me personally, I would rather get it with the RC N3 so I could use my phone to do live streaming because you can't live stream from the smart control, the RC2.
I don't know. Wait. It exists. Wait a minute. The DJI store in Melbourne really coy about it. I mean, wait a minute. What? So the drone exists? I'm lost. Okay. He'll be here in a second. The dog had to go wee wee. Yeah, but so okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. I know Angel says he's gonna wait for the Mavic 4, but the price that he put on this said that this was listed, and I'll go ahead and put the whole thing in. We'll look at the whole thing. We'll make it big. Let me go ahead and drop this down. We'll go ahead and make it big. And if you look up here at the top, Jasper's saying, obviously, the Air 3S will also be sold with the RC2. I found this Fly More combo listed at 13.59
No.
euro. In my opinion, it shows they want to solve the camera issues for the Air 3S, add some IR, da da da. I don't know where he's getting this Mavic 3 lift the standards thing, whatever. But yeah, it actually, the drone itself looks a little more compact than the original Air 3. It may just be me, though. And he's saying 1359, which converts to 1,501 US dollars. So I'm just going to say their typical 14.99 for the Flymore combo with the RC2, which again, like you were talking about, Randy, is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Ding. What do you
It
think,
does.
Angel?
It
You
does
think it's a
look
good deal?
somewhat shorter.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and I'll highlight that picture by itself. See, it looks more compact.
Like it's almost like three quarter. Like the battery is almost three quarters of the size of the drone.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like it's more compact than it was before. And like you said, and the last time they sold filters was the Air 2S. I actually have those filters, I do believe. So if you think about it, with the filters and propellers and the batteries and the charging bank and the bag, that's a pretty good deal for
Yeah,
14.99,
and those look
right?
like pretty nice filters.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just going for the picture. Let me stop that. Let me go. Oh, here's something else he was saying. I'm gonna scroll down here real quick. Y'all see this post that he's got here where he's talking about he thinks this is the Mavic 4 registration, and it's showing two different size batteries. Okay, see, he's talking about it here. He thinks it's. I don't think it's the Mavic 3 all runs on the same battery, correct? If the Mavic 3
Hmm.
Classic, the Cine, they all use the exact same battery. So it seems kind of odd to me that they would come out with two batteries. But we just did come out with Avinox, the bike motor that was supposed to change everything. I'm thinking that these are like a single battery for, standard in city use, and you got the rugged heavy duty battery for whatever, That's I think maybe people are a little bit off on that one. So anyway,
It's definitely
let's see. Chris
interesting.
Hope came in here. Johnny Drone Flyer came in here. I'm sorry, I'm just catching up. I was looking at this stuff, and you know me, I tend to get lost when I'm talking about drones because I start looking for stuff. USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe, glad to have you in the house as well. Looking for anybody else new. Do-do-do-do-do-do. If I missed anybody, Ron's always catching me. Angel's got it here. What do y'all think of this new Air 3S? How many people are going to be buying the Air 3S? I know Angel's waiting on the Air, excuse me, the Mavic 4.
I
Uh,
tell you what, I hope
give me
that's
all
a
that.
test body on the Mavic 4 because I think it's ugly. The way the
Oh,
just the color, the way the sensors are, I think it's a little ugly. But that's just my opinion.
oh no, I totally get what you're saying. Forgive me, I was gulping down some Coca-Cola real fast.
Compared
Okay,
to
let's go back over here.
the 3 Pro or the Air 3.
So, am I showing you all this? Yes, there we go. So we'll do this. Here's the Flymore kit. We'll start going through the individual stuff. It looks to me it looks to me like it's got that 1 inch sitting on top, and then it's got the 70. What is it? The 70 millimeter or is it 75 millimeter? 70 millimeter. What's on the Air 3?
70 millimeter.
70 millimeter. That's what I was thinking. Okay. So I think it's got the original, probably an updated 70 millimeter, and then the 1 inch sitting on top of it. That's pretty much standard. The bottom, right? Is that what the Air 3S looks like on the bottom? That's what they all look like on the bottom, pretty much.
Hold on, let me see something.
Okay. Let me just drop this down. So you haven't convinced yourself yet to get this, Angel? You're still gonna stick it out for the Mavic 4? I can't hear Angel. We can't hear you. I don't want to do anything that would get me
I
in
think it's
trouble.
set
So.
up just like the Air 3 build because if you look at the top sensor, it's the real big sensor on top,
Right.
which is the tele lens.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's look at that again. Let me go
The
back to the
wider the
previous
wider
picture.
aperture is the main lens, which is on the bottom on the Air 3.
Well, no, it may very well be the same, but it does look like the upper sensor could rack though. It does look like it could focus.
I hope so, because if that main sensor is a fixed aperture, that's a no deal for me.
Well, see,
Could you hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you now. But
Okay, now you can hear
normally,
me.
it's not if it's a variable aperture, don't they give us the range on the front hub here? And you can see E70 and then what the 24. So it's giving us the seven. So that's a 70 millimeter you're talking about on top. I guess that's the
Ye-
top. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're correct, Bill. 70 and 24.
I don't know. Will y'all tell
That's
me?
the
Somebody
70
can
and
tell.
24.
Somebody knows more than me, but I would think the variable would give you the range, wouldn't it? I don't know if the Mavic 3 does that or not. I don't know if it says that on the front or not. Maybe I'm just imagining shit. Okay, let's
Yeah,
get
it's a
over here.
E70 and E24.
Yeah, you can see it better there. Yeah, it does look like the main sensor's on the bottom because it's got like a completely square lens, and that's why you're getting those special. You're getting filters right away because it's going to take some time for these new companies to design new filters, and they know people are going to be pissed. So
Yeah.
that's IR on the front, apparently, right? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, because it's probably going to assist with the tracking, like the
Yeah.
guys were saying.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go back over here.
Which is a
And
good thing because, I mean, the Air 3 tracks nice, but it's still a little wonky.
well, see, the thing that's cool here is like you can see, and we've seen on the Mavic 4 what they're going to do. And everybody's like, they're Skydio sensors. And the more I got to looking at it, I'm like, they're not Skydio sensors. They're the same sensors. Because look right here. You can see them. All they're doing is moving them on the top of the drone. That's all they're doing. And it's the same sensor, actually, maybe a little bit bigger sensor that they're putting on the Mavic 4. So let's go back over here. Let's scroll. Yeah, here you can see it. Here, it's on top. See, it's on top there. You can see this. They just moved it to the top there, which I'm assuming is going to give it better peripheral vision anyway. Excuse me. Okay, let's find
Yeah, them
another.
them sensors on the Air 4 or the Mavic 4, they look really bubbled out there. So
Yep, yep. Anyway, so there's the base. We said 1159, and then like I said, the conversion up here when he says, where's this at? Yeah, he's saying 1359 euro, which comes out to 1501.40 or 40.50, something like that. So I don't know. Uh, I feel like I shot my load early.
I think that's Bill. I think it's the exact same size as the Air 3 because the batteries on the Air 3 are damn near 3/4 of the length of the craft.
Okay, I've never had or seen an Air 3 up close, so I wouldn't be able to know. Oh, Captain Joe wants a Mavic 4. Warren says, "What? No, we didn't actually start without you. We just kind of got there in a weird way." Um. Oh, you've been in lurker mode anyway. Okay, yeah. Well, you never know with EVMux. It might start 10 minutes after it says it's going to start loading, or it may pop on rather quick, which it did tonight, which was kind of different. It pre-buffered before I went live because I was freaking out, right? We were getting ready to go live, and I would add my camera to the scene, and it wouldn't show up. And I'd be like, what the hell? So I'd log off and I'd come back in. Dusty, good to see you too. So I log off and I come back in, and then I'd be like, "Oh shit, it's still not working. It's still not working." Anyway,
Yeah, I definitely like the Air 3S, but I will probably not be getting one until at least the beginning of the year.
well, the only
'Cause-
reason that, well, like I said, if you, well, you're getting that computer. You're paying on that computer, so you don't want to go further in debt.
Well, actually, somebody bought the computer for
Oh,
me.
that's right. That's right. Okay, so then you
Yeah.
want to go to.
Well, I got my anniversary is next month. My wife's birthday is in November. Christmas December. So I got a lot coming up. So I kind of got to watch how I
Yeah,
spend my money, if you know what I mean.
Right,
I
but
get it.
but
I
I'm
get it.
telling you, I'm telling you that you can go to B&H Photo, and you can actually they'll give you what they'll set you up with a comedy credit account, and then
Mm-mm.
you just buy your drone, and then you got 12 months to
Mm-mm.
pay it
No.
off,
No
and there's
credit.
no interest, there's no nothing.
No, if I can't pay for it with cash, I'm not getting it.
Well, then it's an easy way to build credit, man.
Yeah, I
He's
understand.
practical.
I got
Randy's
enough of that
practical.
going on right now.
What do you
Exactly.
mean, rent? What? So wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute, Angel. So here's the deal. What if the Mavic 4 comes out in December? What is your plan then, Angel? Comes out December 5th.
All right. So, hey, guess what? I got a honeymoon. We got to travel to Chicago. We got to travel to New Orleans for Christmas. So, we might have to wait till the summer.
Oh yeah. So
Hey, it always goes on sale about 8 months afterwards, so you might as well wait and get it when it's on sale. Because
hey,
the
but
drone
then
I got
again,
would
now is
like
if
to
pretty
be one of
awesome.
those early
but
adopters, but
if
I don't want to go into
if
debt to do that.
but if they get banned, then it won't matter because the
I'll just have
price
to
will
take a
stay the
ride to Canada.
same. They won't come down. They'll go
Guess what?
up.
I will go to Canada and make a trip back down.
Nah, that's what it is. We'll start selling fake Air 3S stickers to put on your Mavic 4.
I agree with Johnny. I don't think they're getting banned. I have faith, and I don't think it's going to happen.
What? Wait a minute. I must have missed something here.
Johnny says no ban.
No ban. Oh, I'd like to, I wish I could have that much. I need to go buy a lottery ticket when I'm thinking like that.
Bill's a glass half empty kind of guy, right?
Well, no, it's not. I'm just, the whole point was everybody was talking about how our government works and everything. And I'm like, no, there's what people don't understand. The bad thing is it's not just one party. It's both parties. And that's a bad thing when it comes to a bill like this. That's a bad thing because it's something they can, run around the room with and go, look, we did this together. We did this together. And then we're all suffering for it. Because, I mean, no matter how PO'd all the first responders get and everything and how much of help it is, they'll go, well, what did you do before there were drones? Okay,
Right.
fine. Fine, whatever. We could.
Say we'll just go back to flying RC airplanes. Either
But
way, we're going to be
I mean,
flying.
I seriously wonder if this won't be the last drone. I don't know. Maybe it won't be till May or June next year that they pass that defense bill. I don't
It
know.
would. They probably would kick this down the road to the next government setup,
Right,
like
but they
after
can't
the
even keep
presidential election.
they can't even come to grips and keep the government funded generally. So I'm
Right.
kind of worried what's going to go on. Feel like we got servicemen need to fly places and move equipment here and there. What happens if they go in with the U.S. credit card? Sorry, your card was declined.
The
The
way it's
budget
going
wasn't
now,
cleared yet. Well,
the way
what am
it's
I
going
supposed
now,
to do
you
with
might.
this big ass truck? Well, it's just going to sit here.
Well, the way it's going now, you might not even be able to get them delivered. So we'll see what
What do you mean?
happens.
What do you mean not getting? Oh yeah, that's true. They might not even get from the port.
Well, West Coast, I guess you guys would if they come that way.
Yeah,
Well, they would probably.
because
I
it's
don't.
the southeast that mainly has
Yeah, well,
the
the entire
strike.
East Coast.
The whole entire East Coast. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I just well, that's just. I hate to say it, but it's kind of like out here, where they're still arguing over whether they want to get a 30% raise or a 40% raise, and
Well,
I'm like, what the
these
hell?
guys,
I'm like, I'm lucky if I get a 3%
they're
raise.
greedy. They're greedy. They want a 70% raise in 5 years. That's like $5 an hour per year, and the union offered them fifty
We're going way
dollars
off. We're going
or
way off the ranch,
50%.
guys.
Like,
It's okay. It's fine.
Well, it's not just that. Well, like we had. Here's the thing. Here's another thing. Let's go even further, Squirrel. Uh, Fred Meyers out here, which is a subsidiary of Kroger's International, admitted to Congress of price gouging during the COVID situation and
Hmm.
how they had record profits. Now, since they came out and said that, everybody here and they're in internet land knows when you went to the grocery store, all the prices were pretty much the same. So if one company comes out and says we had record profits and we price gouged the hell out of everybody during the pandemic, then they all did.
Well, I agree. I
Totally.
think they should get raises, but the amount they're asking for is a little much.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, a little
When
much.
the rest of us, like I said, will be lucky to get. Oh, I mean, you really bust ass and get a great. You might get a super raise is 10 or 12%, right?
Right.
But we've got people that are demanding 40% raises out here. And I'm like, I totally get what they're saying, and I get why they're pissed off about it. And Johnny's selling a Mini 3 Pro, if anybody is interested. Is that there's just too much. I don't see why the person who runs the plant needs to make $700 million a year and be able
No,
to
they're
buy
the ones that
four.
have to make the hard decisions.
Yeah,
Right.
on which silk underwear to buy. I'm sorry, man, but he puts his, she puts their shoes on the same way I do usually, puts their socks on usually the same way, and one leg in their pants, it usually, and I can't see that there's anything mega unique. We got to get past this shit of thinking that these companies need to have these leaders that make this ridiculous
Yeah.
amounts
Like
when
Boeing.
people
They're
are.
see $100 million a year.
Not just that, man. That's the Boeing employees want a 40% raise because of that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how many
Right.
other companies can their employees hold them to the wheel and say, we want a 40% increase? That's just not going to happen.
It's
No.
not going to happen.
Like I
Yeah.
said, you're going to be lucky if you get 10 or
Right.
12%
And these
increase.
guys are wanting 77% increase.
Brr. Anyway,
Well,
okay, so
just to end that, I guess, the problem is that, yeah, the economics going to be hard for people to be satisfied, you know.
drones are a new product for bootleggers to start running. That's what
Yeah.
Angel's already dropped the hint about that. Bill's
I
bootleg
will,
drones.
you will have a business Mavic 4
We won't
us.
have a business. We'll have a drone emporium where you can come and fly your drone, and if it needs any updates or repairs, we can take it in the back and fix it up for you.
That's right.
Get me
That's right.
now?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So that didn't look like that. He brought in one of them Timu drones, and now he's walking out. Something says DJI Mavic 4. What the hell?
Your drone's just going to be stickered up. Don't worry
Oh
about
no,
it,
no,
guys.
it would be like push, pull, or tow. Bring your drone to Bill's Drone Emporium. Yes, happy birthday to Ron Brown. Ron Brown, we hope you're somewhere enjoying your birthday dinner, and it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ron.
It's a good thing they don't work for Johnny. I'm thinking of selling my Air 2S and Mini 2 so I can get the Air 3S.
Get you about halfway. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Okay, okay. The good thing, like, and Ron has pointed this out before. The good thing, and I'll bring this back up. The good thing about the Air 2S is that it will run a lot of the enterprise program, enterprise software. So it is a drone that can get some value out of resale because it's already enabled to do those things. So a lot of your uh, 107 pilots that do that kind of stuff like mapping and things like that can use this drone for that. So you still may get $650 out of an Air 2S.
Yeah.
Now that is if it's a fly more package. If it's just a base drone, you're probably looking at about $400 to $550, maybe. We'll see. And what depends on what shape it's in. The sad thing is the Air, or you say the Mini 2. What's the Mini 2 gonna sell for?
I
200
mean,
bucks.
you're seeing those much cheaper. 200,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. $200 because the 4Ks were
250 if it's pretty, if it's brand
pristine.
new,
Yeah,
maybe
pretty
250.
pristine. Isn't that right? What's the hello? Yeah. Well, that's what's even crazier, man. We're almost at 300 shows. We're actually tonight's show is 298.
That's
And
a
I
lot of
was
shows.
looking because when I started this show, when I started this show, it was like a week after Ken Herron had started his show. And then so I went to Karen's page tonight and I got to look at it and I was like, well, he's got 313 shows. And it dawned on me because earlier this year, I took like a month and a half off because I had some surgery
Yeah.
done and some stuff. So I just kind of took a break for a little while. And that's where the hiatus was there.
But you're going to catch up because Ken's not doing his live streams as of right now.
Oh, at all? He's not doing the
At
bi-weekly
all.
thing? Oh, wow.
Nope.
Wow.
He's got plans to go on the road and start doing content from on the road with he got a camper.
Selling
So
kidneys
so
for
Oh,
Neo.
on the road with Ken Herron,
Yeah. But he's not doing his show as of right now. But
the
that's
nomad
just
man.
that's
Well,
not
I'm not
fun.
trying. I'm not trying to catch up, surpass, do any of that thing. It's not like that. It's not. It's not anything trying to say that or anything. Yeah, Brad's got it right there. Increased wages equal increased product prices. That's
Yeah.
the bottom line right there. So yeah, here we go. 159 for the Mini 2. Yep, that's a distinct possibility. That would make sense because that drone's what, 4 years old,
Let's see.
I was gonna say like 4 years old.
4 years plus, four plus years old. Uh, Ron is definitely. Ron does now. See, a lot of people don't understand, but that's a very cool moniker to drop on Ron.
That is.
Ron
I think
does
he's
a
gonna have to
lot
put
of
that in his tag.
Ron does a lot of unique things to get ready for his show. Because see, when it started out, Ron and Marcus hadn't created Xeno Nation at that point in time, right? And so Ron was on here with me and John, and it was and then I created the Bucket List Boys. It was me, Ron, and Bill Horsch, Bill the drone reviewer. And so that was the Bucket List Boys. So we did that for one season. And so that was kind of cool. But then I kept trying to tell Ron, I was like, come on, Ron. I was like, you can do your own show. You got the knowledge, you got the ability, and people don't understand. Ron will spend, he'll go looking for tech news, he'll go looking for drone news, and then you'll see him throw up like let's say like a panel, or he'll throw up some stuff in Drone Nation asking you which you'll like better, or he'll post like a YouTube link to a video, and if it's a video that gets a lot of people watching it or a lot of reaction on it, then he'll add that to the next week's show, what he's talking about and everything, which I thought that was a cool way to do and a cool way to kind of use access to the Facebook group and tie it into the show itself. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting 159. What'd y'all see? Also
Mini
have Johnny has an Air 3 for sale.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
What was the price tag on that? 100.
15,
Oh, okay. I see right here. Johnny says it's
15.49
150. Right, 150 for the Air 3.
for the Air 3. Well, on eBay, the Mini 2 Flymore combo is going from 300 to about 450.
Fly more combo.
Yep.
Okay. What's the drone by itself going? So let's say 200. That's what we said, about 200 for the drone.
200. Yeah.
Yeah, for the drone by itself. I don't know if I would do that for a Neo. I would sell multiple drones to get see, the cool thing is I could potentially sell like Angel's talking about. I could sell 2 or 3 drones to get the Mavic 4 maybe. I don't know.
Totally. Yeah.
Hello, good to
I'm to
see
the
you,
point where
Mr. Colesat in the house too. That
I've
was
sold
4
a couple
minutes ago.
drones, and I kind of regret it. So I think I'm going to hold on to what I got and then get it, and then you can do a comparison.
Well, it's kind of cool because Ken is doing his show once every 2 weeks now. He's not doing them while he's on the road. Yeah, I remember when he switched to that. But no, I'm giving my daughter-in-law the Pocket, the original Pocket. So, and that with some filters and some little gizmos where she can hook it up. It's got the Wi-Fi connection. So they're getting ready to go on a cruise and taking the kids, I think in November. So she'll have the OG pocket to where she can do stuff with it and everything. I thought that was kind of, and so that's what I do. Sometimes I'll sell stuff, but sometimes I'll pass it along. What do we else we got here? Ken's still on the radio. Oh wow, on the radio from the road. That's kind of cool. I
He's
wonder
got
how
a
does
nice
it.
little pop-up camper.
Yeah, that's kind of trippy though. I guess he just was bored sitting there all the time.
He's
Does it
running out of
do?
stuff to make videos about. He's never made a video about anything you can think of.
He's going to states where he can get by with more controversial stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, hey, ain't this Texas? Ain't this Missouri? Ain't this Kansas?
Inherent at the border.
Yeah. Excuse me, officer. I'm in another state. Do you have jurisdiction here?
Right.
Uh-oh, just got a text message. Did Ken kill? He's like, shut up, Bill.
You're blowing my cover.
Yeah, really.
Oh my God, have you seen all the damage in from Helene?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
where I
crazy.
hang on a second. You all talk for a second.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the amount of damage. They said that's the worst storm since Katrina. I
That's what
just
I was because I was talking to my friends back home where I live at in Southwest Virginia. Got nailed again. When I was little, when I was younger, town that I grew up in, Marion, Virginia, got hit by Hugo and got wiped out. I mean, bad. But then the state spent all kinds of money and they dredged out all the little creeks and feeder creeks and everything, widened them out and put in new bridges and stuff and everything. And then this hit, and it did the same thing. Like had a state fish hatchery where I lived at. They said that it literally flooded all the ponds and just took all the fish and everything out. So there's gonna be some good fishing for a while. But yeah, all that and wiped out the lower part of the town, and it hadn't done that in say, shoo, 30 years, 35 years.
yeah,
It
in
said
North
it,
Carolina, a state that you really wouldn't think of, like Western North Carolina, got hammered with
Yeah, the
flooding.
mountains, all the
Yep,
mountains. Yeah.
in the mountains. That's my family is from northwestern North Carolina,
did you
and
see
it
what
got
Johnny said?
hammered.
Angel, he lives
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Hammond.
yeah, 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 yeah. Hammond. I know he does all the Southeastern University stuff. Southeastern Louisiana University. I know. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah. We're going to Chicago for Thanksgiving, and we're going to New Orleans for
So
Christmas.
let me
So
see.
Yeah, Johnny lives in
Still.
Hammond.
I was trying to see if I could find. Yeah, let me see. Trying to see if they had anything. No, they're not showing anything here about. But some of my friends were posting stuff about how bad it was. Wait a minute, I know. Did he post some stuff? I think he did. Oh wow, the water's receded. Actually, it looks like.
I have a couple places where the water is like 8 feet above where it normally is. All
Well,
this
I'm gonna
stuff
give.
just.
I'm gonna give my buddy credit for this, but I'm gonna share his. I'm gonna show his pictures. So, Mr. James Goodman, I'm giving you credit for these pictures that he took. I want you to, because this is my hometown. This literally, where he took this picture, where he took this picture. I used to, you see this truck over here on the, well, don't pay any attention to his stuff over here. Let me do it like this. There we go. How about
Make it
that?
big. Make it
There we
big,
go. I
Bill.
did it like that. Hey, you see this truck over here on the left hand side, right? I lived in the apartment that was underneath this apartment where this truck was. Literally another, say, 20 feet to the left is where my apartment was, and you can see it
And
looks
that's
like
the
the
water
water's.
line right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the river is another, say, 20 feet past those trees.
Wow.
So that's how far it came out. Let's see if he went anywhere else. That's Main Street, looking down Main Street. But the water has receded a good bit. It was all the way to where you can see that truck down there turning at the lights themselves. The water was all the way out to there at one point. So let's go back this way. This is near the local pool, and as you can see, the river decided, no, I'm going to invade.
So the pool's past that last. Go back to the last picture. The pool's past that building.
No, the pool's directly behind him, but you literally can't get to the bottom end of town. It's cut off. All the roads and stuff are impassable.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he's just
Wow.
looking. He's like, okay, I can't go this way. Okay, I can't go this way. Okay, I can't go this way. And he's like, well, can't go this way. Okay, never mind. We're done. Sorry, we're done. But yeah, there you go. So that was what happened. And then there was some actual. Wait a minute. Let me try. Let me do this. Da 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 da. WCYB. Wait a minute. Facebook. Come on. WCYB. I think they got something. Oh, yeah. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to. This is the local television network in Virginia. And because I grew up in Marion, and that's why I talk about Marion so much, is. And it's the local community. Well, everybody checks out their page and everything. So I'll bring it up here. Kind of a neat. I like the picture that they got. What happened? Go back. That's weird. It just dropped for a second. Okay, and you come down here. Okay, and look. Here you go. I think this is from. Yeah, look at this. That was something else. No, go away. Get off of here. Get off of here. Keep going. Where's it at? It was there a minute ago. No, I had all this stuff about the flood, and then now it's just gone from me. Oh, whoa. There's North Carolina. Can you all see that? That's the whole, like, the street, mud and everything. They're still trying to get out. Da 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 da. More disaster relief. That's in Tennessee. Kingsport. They had a video. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shoo-wee. It says, family recounts when parents and 6-year-old boy were swept away by Helene floodwaters. Man.
Keep talking. I'm gonna put some hot chocolate on.
Okay.
Put some water here.
Pilot
That was up
rescues
too early.
couples from North Carolina. Look at that, how that's swollen. Jesus. I'm trying to find. I thought they had a video. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Disaster declaration. There's something else. There's something about that plastic thing. There's that twisted thing about that sheriff that shot the judge in the courtroom in Kentucky in the chambers. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
he supposedly the sheriff's daughter was in the judge's phone, like actual contact. So it was like,
So
what the
somebody wasn't
hell?
happy.
No, he just gave himself up right after that. Oh wow! A lot of Smith County and stuff. There's Washington County. That's just up the road from where I lived at. No, that's Washington County, Tennessee. A little bit further. I'm trying to see. I know there was a damn video. Oh well, so much for that. But there was a lot of devastation there. And you can hear me just rambling on about stuff. Da 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 da. Mm,
Yeah, some of those photos, I'm like, what?
well,
But
everybody, it's
to go back to it, waiting for that Mavic 4, baby.
it's horrible all through there. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, it hasn't been this bad, and I couldn't tell you how long. And I feel sorry for them, but like, I really don't have anybody that lives directly in that area. I have one uncle that lives still in Marion, but not to where he's not wouldn't be safe. And then I have another uncle that lives in what they call Crater Lake in like Dublin, Virginia. So, and it wouldn't swell over because of this. So, let's see. They were saying there's 600 people unaccounted for in North Carolina, and houses were flooding down. Yeah, I don't doubt that. There's so many helicopters being used to get food and supplies. And I saw that they were training like army mules to pack in over mountains and stuff to bring stuff in. Oh, you're saying, hey, Marcel, detour, detour, not detour, but detour. It's French, you filthy animals. I keep flashing back to Monty Python just because he said that. Because he said, when he said it's French, see right here, he says it's pronounced detour. It's French. And I keep saying, you know, does anybody know Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Have you ever seen Monty Python? Oh, something else I got to tell you now that you're here, Angel. I watched Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yes. And I thought
Yeah,
it was good. It was good, but to me it was on par with all the other Deadpools. It wasn't like
right.
any bit better really. I mean, I kind of like, it was neat to have the soul searching, I guess, the like,
Yeah.
who am I? What am I leaving behind? you know.
Well, I think the nice thing about it is you didn't have to watch the first two to enjoy it.
Yeah, they made sure that it was
If you've
because
only
the
seen
whole
X Men,
theory of the way everything happened
Like,
was like, where did that come
right.
from?
Well, and that's the thing is like I haven't like the funny thing is I haven't watched any of the X-Men stuff, right? I don't
Right.
know any of that stuff. So,
oh, you're
but
missing out.
my children, I was like, you can't really. We have to filter the first Deadpool because of all the sexual innuendo occurring, right? So
Yeah,
we have to
yeah.
go through. But then I'm like, okay, if we don't
Happy
watch it, then
International Women's Day.
yeah. But it was like, no, that movie was so good. I think I saw it 3 days in a row. I was laughing my butt off.
Oh yeah, I thought it was good. It was funny, but I thought it was the Deadpool 2 to me was kind of dry. Deadpool 1 was
Yeah, yeah.
just flat out hilarious, man. And this one was funny, really funny in parts. You
I
know.
thought the best part of Deadpool 2 was when the X Force group came together. I was on an airplane the first time I watched it, and I lost my shit.
The thing I thought was cool was how they brought back all the old people at the end
Yeah,
that he had kind
exactly.
of brushed with the whole time.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
that he had just kind of touched on a little bit.
yeah.
And they said that Lady Deadpool was actually his wife.
Yes, yeah. And the kids were his kids.
It was so funny. I swear it was so funny.
Yeah,
Baby pool and what was it? Dog pool.
yeah. Dog pool, dog pool,
Tongue hanging out. My wife was like, "Is his tongue
and
really like that?" I was like, "Yeah, it
yeah,
just hangs
and
out like
nice
that."
pool, nice pool. Where's your
Yeah,
mask?
nice pool. Yeah. It was
Why
funny when he
does
used
it
it
get a
for his
recover?
shield. He's like, "You're gonna live. You're gonna live."
That was the best.
That was funny. I forgot that part.
What are your regenerative
He
powers?
just blows his head off, and he's like, "Ah!"
Did you watch it, Randy, or no?
I don't. Whoop! I don't really remember it. I did see it, but I don't remember a whole lot. I think I only seen it one
When
time.
he was holding up
He was
his,
holding up nice
his nice
pool, and he said,
pool,
and he was using it
yeah,
for like a bullet
he was
shield.
using him for a shield.
Oh
He
yeah,
just
yeah,
keep saying it with me. You're gonna live. You're
yeah,
gonna live.
I thought the fact that like Wolverine kept interjecting when he's like, "Oh, you're gonna live," he's like, "No, you're not. That's a hospital over there." No, it isn't.
I
They're all
seen
like,
We're
the
all gonna die.
I seen the preview where he walks in the room and the Deadpool's got little baby legs. It looked really funny.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's just, but what was it? What was his name? Oh, what saved his ass? Everybody knew Peter.
Peter, yes,
Everybody knew
Peter
Peter.
Pool.
Oh God, yeah.
A
So,
friend of mine has a friend of mine has chains attached to his nipple, and then of course it's him.
oh God. But I'm telling you, that was. Let's see, what hot dogs are better, Hebrew National or Nathan's? Ooh. Hebrew National. I'm going to say Hebrew
um,
National.
I did a media article on that if you want to read on
Well,
hot
no,
dogs.
just give us the short and curly of it.
I'm saying you can click on it if you want.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I don't
Well,
have
I know that it's all
I
like
can't do
after.
rants.
Oh, you can't do brands. If I'm going to eat
Yeah.
hot dogs, I prefer all beef hot dogs. Not saying that's better, because usually hot dogs are just garbage that they grind up and make into hot dogs. So
Right. Right.
I'm assuming that beef is not much better, but it's still beef scraps instead of, you know. Let's see.
Yeah,
All
I
hot
can't. I
dogs.
can't promote brands as a media spokesperson, so I have to just be above
Oh,
about
oh,
that.
oh,
I know
oh.
ballpark is not as cracked all they're cracked up to be.
No, they're not.
I'm not big on ballpark.
Well, when they first came out, and you would see that commercial would come on and it would call, and you would actually you'd see the side that you go ballpark Franks da dun dun plump when you cook them, and then the side of the grill would actually go boom boom boom, and it would knock 3 holes in the side of the grill. Now they were really good then,
I
but
think Oscar Mayer's pretty good.
that was like 35 years ago, 40 years ago when they first came out. You know, that's kind of scary when you're old enough to remember when a product first came out. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Phil, do you remember
I
when
see.
Coca-Cola first came out?
No, that was a
No.
little bit before me. Not much though, not a whole lot. I think it was 38 though.
Was it?
38
We
maybe.
have a
I don't know if it,
convo about Sam's hot
I thought it
dogs are
came out in
good.
like the 1800s.
well, you know, that's and the thing about it is Costco's the same way. $1.50 and a drink. So you get the dog and a
Right.
drink for $1.50 at Costco. But I don't usually. I usually get the beef dog, which you got to pay like $4 and something for, and then you go to that ridiculous condiment station. And yes, we're off the range tonight because there's really not a whole lot of drone shit to talk about. Oh, wait a minute, take that back. Please contact
1892.
please contact your senators and congresspersons and let them know that you do not want to have your drones banned. And that means, like, if you live in Utah, Google Utah state senators and get their 1-800 number and call them up. And the same thing with congressmen. Same thing. Just all you got to do. I remember when Summer came out. Yeah, it was. But it was so much softer. It was a shitty day,
Charmin,
but it was softer.
clog up your toilet.
It was so much softer. IKEA hot dogs are not bad. Oh, God. You guess what they're doing? If y'all had them yet? You know what they're putting in Walmarts now?
What?
Waffle houses.
Hmm.
Okay.
I can
I
get
mean,
with
it
that.
made sense. I looked at it, I was like, ooh. But the whole problem is if I go into a Waffle House, it's usually when about 2:30 in the morning, and I just left a bar with a bunch of friends, and I'm about 3 sheets in the wind anyway. So I'm wanting some steak and eggs. So I don't know how well it's going to do me breaking through the Walmart door at 2:45 in the morning, going, I want some steak and eggs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Damn
Do
straight.
they
I don't.
say where they're going to open the like nationally?
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it in all the stores. You know how like you would go into a
Right.
some
They have a
kind.
McDonald's or
Yeah, it used to be.
something
Yeah, it
as a
used to be a
food court.
Walmart.
Right.
Yeah,
Subway
Right.
and
it's
Right.
like
everything.
they're all doing. They're just whose contract is at this time. Hey, Waffle House, and
Well,
that
there's
was
a
when
lot
they
of people
made
that
all
don't
their
know where a
damn
Waffle House
money.
is.
That was when they made all their damn money. That was when
Yeah,
they
that's
gave away the most coffee. But I remember every time I went to Waffle House, especially on a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday night, from about 11 o'clock at night all the way up until about 9 o'clock the next morning, they stayed jammed. You know, and then from about 9 o'clock until about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, there was not that much business at all. That was when they recovered.
we had a
Wife and
Waffle
I,
House that just closed down, turned into a Starbucks.
All right, keep talking. I'm going to get my hot chocolate now.
too much trouble. They put in a window, too much trouble at night. Yeah, it's ridiculous anymore. It's like they don't prosecute anybody for stealing shit anymore. We could go back to the way they did it in the old days. Remember how they did it in the old days? You got caught stealing in the old days, they'd chop off a hand.
I think that would have a profound effect.
Well, yeah, but we get in trouble for cruel and unusual punishment.
Right.
I'm like, let the punishment fit the crime. You steal, you.
Well, that's no different than China giving death sentences to drug dealers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to, but they need to do something with all this theft stuff because we've got stores literally that are just closing because there's too much organized theft crime.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the thing that makes me mad is I don't get any of the flyers in the mail on where these sales go on, so I'm not getting any deals. Yeah, I mean, usually I'll get something that says Costco 45% off. I don't get my black market deals.
It's because they
Costco coolers.
can't afford to give deals. They're getting ripped off so bad that all their money's going to getting new stuff.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying
You're
earlier,
not
though,
getting the 5 finger discount brochure?
there was a five
You're not
finger
getting
discount
that?
broker.
They just closed down all the self checkouts in our local Walmart.
Well, yeah,
Right.
because people were
Well,
robbing them blind.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it was,
did
is,
they have the camera on top of it?
Yeah, but it's hard when you got 10 self checkouts going at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
and it's not, and then you get into court and they go, is that you? I don't know, but I can't really tell. It's blurry. And then they walk out the door.
Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
me.
Well, you're not wearing a blue shirt that day? Hell, I got a lot of blue shirts look like that. I'm sure a lot of people got blue shirts. Just like, what is it? The you thought Waffle House was crap until I went to one. Yeah, I love Waffle House. I
They're
love going
good.
to Waffle House. That's like I said, man. We like our favorite place. Like when I lived in Marion, we go to concerts. Most of the time would be in Roanoke. Sometimes Johnson City. Most of the time in Roanoke because it just seemed to be a better arena. You know. And we would always go to the Waffle House as soon as the show was over with. And there would be like 10 million people there. So we would always go to the Waffle House before we were going to the concert. We would go talk to the manager, and we actually got to know the manager after a while. And we would say, hey, we want to come before the show, and all we want to do is eat something a little light. So we'd get like grilled cheese or BLT or something like that. And then we'd go to the show, and we would usually, when we were standing in line, we would mix like drinks because we had to stand in line for at least 45 minutes to an hour. Because by the time you get up front and they tell you got to throw it away, it's empty. you know? So we would go in about 3 sheets in the wind, go through the concert and everything. But anyway, long story short, the manager would let us leave our car there, and then we would just walk to the concert. And the concert was over with. We'd walk right back, sit down in our booth. We
Well,
got
they
to
know
the
you
point.
were getting a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
They
So
get the
finally,
two
it
for
was.
one.
Well, it wasn't. This was long, long. This is 40 years ago, probably. Well, 38 years ago, probably, and all the way back to 30 years ago. So yeah, it wasn't like that then. Let's see. Waffle House. Yeah, nothing fancy, but yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Waffle
it
House is
is.
better than Denny's. I know that.
We have an IHOP too. Sometimes it's okay. Every now and again, but like you're saying, Randy, that it depends on the Denny's. That's the only thing I hate about Denny's. If you
Yeah.
go to a Waffle House, it's pretty much the same at every Waffle House. The quality of the food's going to be Waffle House
Right.
quality.
It's pretty standard. Right.
Yeah, but and you would think that in a Denny's, who has basically the same menu, and an IHOP, who basically has the same menu, that they would be pretty much the same. But no, no, no.
It's
You
all
have
about
to.
the employees.
Yeah,
It's
well.
all about the employees and who's
Oh,
looking.
there's that Thomas
Yep.
guy again. Oh, here you go. Well, it's like okay, I'm going to go off on these little weird tangent again because I don't really have that much more to talk about. We can flash pictures up again of the Air 3S. Woo! Air 3S, yeah, but I haven't put it up to share, so. And I want one. Randy says he's going to wait. Angel says he's not getting one.
No. If someone wants to donate one for me to use,
Wait,
I'll
here,
do it.
here you go. What about this? What if it turns out that the Air 3S is the last drone imported to the U.S.?
I'd be
I'll
okay
be
with
in
that.
Canada in 2.5 hours.
Okay. All right.
Angel, I tell you what, they better do something with that that Mavic 4 body because it's ugly.
I want it to look nice too. If it's ugly,
It does, yeah, it
but
does.
it
It
puts
doesn't.
a
It looks like a mutated drone.
Yeah,
Really,
like if
it's
you compare it to the 3 Pro, 3
well. They
Pro is beautiful.
probably that's probably not even it. It's gonna probably look
It's
there's
like
probably a
no
one of
test.
those.
protection for it. It's what's
It's probably
killing me.
a test body.
There's no
Yeah, it's
protection for
probably
that
just a test
camera.
body.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
it literally looks like it could you could do interchangeable payloads. It looks like you could plug cameras in and out.
Looks like an odd looking flashlight.
I'm trying to find. Let's do this. Let's just go.
Because
I'm
the
going to.
gimbal
well,
is
I
like
mean, for
way out in
features,
front.
for example, is it going to
Let,
be able to handle the wind better than it does now? Is it going to have a comparable battery life to what it has now?
let's just do this. Let's
Well,
go.
So I think the only thing they can
according to the FCC, it's going to have a bigger battery. So
bigger
that
battery,
possibly
right?
could have more features. So it's going to draw more juice. But I'm sure they probably have a little bit more battery life.
Okay, so
And then is it
see.
going to shoot like ridiculous 4K
Think
Okay,
about this.
240 plus?
I
this
wonder if
is
the Air 2S is going to shoot 5.5K, 6K.
Air 3S.
Yeah, the Air 3S. 5.2K or whatever. The
It
Air
could
2S.
actually shoot with a 1 inch. Can it shoot? It could. I don't know. Can it shoot 8K with a 1 inch? Somebody out there do the processing. I don't know. Okay. What was I going to? Oh, I'm going to put this up here. So if you look, this is the top of the drone.
It looks like
Okay,
the bottom. It is the top, but the way they got it set up, it looks like the bottom.
and it's very, very, very raw. You can tell that there's. This is not even a standard. This is just something they're working on. But it looks to be like, see, because there's 3 sensors on the top. There's going to be a minimal hood covering it, but I don't know. It doesn't. It looks like that you could plug something in on the sides. Can you all see that? I don't know if I can. Let me see. Let's try to do. Let's go here. Can I do this? Nope.
That
It's not going to
gimbal
get
is
any bigger.
massive.
It's not going to get
I
any
can't get over how
bigger.
big the gimbal is.
Yeah, that thing is big. It looks like Darth Vader on the front.
Yeah,
Well, that would be even. So you got. Let me stop the
it does.
share. Let me just stop the share here. So we'll go ahead and we'll theorize on that. So basically, what I'm thinking is the new Mavic 3, and that's got to be a pro model. That's got to be a pro model. So it's gonna have a micro four thirds, a 1 inch, and that 70 millimeter. That's gonna be unless they just come straight out with the pro, and they're not even gonna make their. It'll just come. It'll be Mavic 3 Pro or Mavic 4 Pro, and that's it. There won't be a classic. There won't be this, that, and the other. There'll be a Mavic 4 Enterprise, yes, but there and maybe a Mavic 4 Cine, but there won't be like three different versions. They're like a Mavic 3 Classic, a Mavic 3 OG, a Mavic
Mhm.
3 whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there'll be that many variants of it. I think there'll be, and if they're already working on this model, it's obvious that it's in the early testing stages. So I really don't see it coming anytime soon. Not even by the first of the year. I think the earliest that drone's going to be ready is the middle of next year because there's no distinguishing markings on it. If you looked at it, there's nothing that says Mavic anything. There's nothing that says, and most of the stuff that we see, even in the testing stuff, usually will say Mini 4 Pro or Mini 4. We'll
Right.
see it on the actual, or and then So
It is
I don't know.
Hasselblad on the lens, right? So you kind of know it's going to be a Mavic.
Yeah, that's the
But
giveaway.
if they supposedly they just leaked the FCC filing, so that would indicate that it would be sooner than later, right?
But I don't. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and bring that up again. Okay, and this is what he's saying.
I mean, that he didn't say it was definitely, but
No, he
he's
does. He said he's almost positive. He
okay.
says I am positive, and I'm like I don't see it that way. Cause see, let me see if I can bring this up. So you got two models. This is two different models. So maybe he said there. This is two. Maybe he's saying this is the Mavic 4 and or Mavic 4 and Mavic Cine, right? So this is what he's claiming because this says powered by battery, but I thought he said that these were batteries. But they look to be. They're the same size, 640 mile. But I don't understand why there would be that would be it. And then you go a little bit further. I don't understand that part of it. Wait a minute, hang on. He had something. Where was it that had? He showed something, and it was like he said, "Oh, this is the it," and it had a picture. What he showed to be like a drone. Oh, he's taking that picture down. It's not here anymore. There was another picture here in place of this one. This one
Yeah,
wasn't here
you're not sharing,
before.
Bill.
He had a picture that had like a. Oh, I'm not showing it. Oh, I
No.
was
No,
jabbering away. Da, 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 da.
it's
Okay.
okay.
Anyway, so here it says JV31, JV32. So this could potentially be the the Mavic 4, and then this could be the Mavic 4 Cine because that's the exact same battery, right? And then this he had. See, here's the Avinox. It says wireless switch original equipment. I don't understand that one, but it's talking about the Avinox the day after they put up these two for the original equipment. Okay, and then when he showed this is not the original diagram. He had this diagram, and then this was a completely different picture. This had a weird diagram of like a drone sitting there, and I was like, that doesn't look anything like a drone. And he took it down, man. He switched it, put this one in there. He's modified this post. That kills me. That's hilarious because I was like, wait a minute, where's the other picture at? Because down here, let me see. Am I still? Oh, I took it down anyway. Because I actually replied to him and I said, this is what he said on the. He said it was in the listing. I said there isn't any mention of a drone in what you posted that I can see, and the diagram definitely isn't a drone. The OG Mavic 3 came out with the Mavic 3 Cine. Pro didn't come out until like a year later with improved tele. Mavic 3 series all run the same battery, and then it magically disappeared. That extra picture that he threw up there is gone. And I was like, what the hell, man? So now it makes it look like I've just spouted off about something and he's modified the post. I guess I'm gonna have to start screenshotting the damn thing.
Bill, did you see the picture that Igor just released at 8 o'clock, eight
Hang
o'clock
on.
Eastern time? The camera lens is different than the one the I guess
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
cover, the ND filter, that the stock ND filter that comes with it that's clear. It looks different than the
He
one
did
that's
it when?
it's
8 o'clock?
yeah,
So
that's what mine says.
see I got 9:32. It's like an hour and a half ago. I don't have that. I can see that it
It's got
looks
the
like
lens laying in front of it.
yeah, that's on.
You're muted, Bill.
I'll show something from
He's on.
Drake.
He's on the phone.
No,
Oh,
my
sorry.
wife was
Yeah.
on the phone, not me.
Okay.
Okay, so back over here, and it'll ring again probably, at least one or two more times. So you're talking about this picture, but I don't have access to
Yeah.
that picture yet. It's not on his Twitter for me.
Drone XL. It's on Drone XL Twitter. And
On Drone XL Twitter? Okay. We can do that. Okay. But there's the picture of it there. Oh,
it's got
yeah.
like
Yeah.
an insert on the bottom one. It's weird.
Well, it just takes me to the page when I click on the picture. So, yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. It just takes me to the page when I click on it. So, what we'll do, I bet I can make this larger, though. It came off, you can see it came off of his page. So, there's two filters there, and it says E2.4. What is that?
Yeah.
Is that what that says? That's so weird. Okay, so that's where those apparently they snap on and off. I don't understand this one.
That's like a wide angle lens, maybe.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Oh wow, that is kind of awkward.
Because if you scroll down, it's not on. Okay, there. Those with a wide angle option. That's what it is.
I have to mute while the phone's ringing. So yeah, dual camera.
You're
Let's see,
good.
is it still up there? Let me go ahead and make that big. Come on, making it big. So this is off of Hayes stuff. Dual camera setup. Says a significant upgrade from its predecessor. Main camera features a 24 millimeter lens, while the secondary camera offers a 70-degree tele lens. In addition, snap-on wide-angle attachment with a 0.6x magnification factor is also available, expanding the drone's versatility for different shooting scenarios. Like you
And
gotta land and take the damn thing off, put it back on, and it's gonna be the same.
and they're offering a 832 and 128 ND filter. That's interesting.
Why not start with the 16? The
Well,
8's not gonna do a whole hell of a lot of nothing.
if it had a variable aperture, you really wouldn't need the ND
Right,
filters, right?
that's why I'm saying I don't think it's going to be variable at all. Because all of
Yeah.
these are the same. All of them are exactly the same. There's no variance there. I don't think there's going to be a variable
Okay,
aperture.
there's the package with the RC2.
Oh, so it's approximately 1445. I'm going to
That's
think
1,500 plus tax. 1,500, right?
That's
yeah,
$100 cheaper than the Air 3.
charging hub, ND filter, spare propellers, a carrying case. Hasn't been confirmed. We know that the price is 13, but I didn't get the conversion of. I did
I
it
did.
for
I did. It's 1,500.
and
1,500
more,
right now.
1,501, yeah. And he wrote this article today. So I'm like, where are you getting your conversion from, Haya? Who wrote this? Yeah, Haya wrote it. So there's
Yeah, I
no.
literally just did it and it said 1,500 plus.
Yeah, yeah. Enhanced imaging capabilities. Primary camera have a slightly larger, might, see, we don't know for sure yet, might have a larger sensor, potentially improving low light performance and overall image quality. So we know it's a 1 inch. They're not going to call it an S without a 1 inch on it. Get real. We know that. We're done. Similar form to the Air 3, sleek gray body, obstacle avoidance, sensors in front, bottom, and rear. We still don't know about if that's LiDAR or IR. What was it? Igor was saying. Was it Igor or Jasper saying it was infrared? It was Jasper, wasn't it? Saying it was infrared. Hello, anybody there?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it was
I didn't
Jasper
read
saying it
that.
was
Yeah,
infrared.
Jasper said it's probably LiDAR or
Infrared,
infrared, yeah.
and it was going to be added in the tracking and whatnot. Let's see. So that's pretty much what we have figured. So what I'm figuring, let me see, what do we got here? Let me do. Okay. Let me go to Igor again. I'm not getting anything new from him. That's weird. Nope, still nothing new. That's odd.
Yeah, like Lon says, they offered ND filters with the Mavic 3, so that may not indicate it's a fixed aperture.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. I still wonder. It would be because like Jasper's trying to say that they're trying to elevate this to the point to where it eliminates the need for the Mavic 3, which I don't see how they're going to push that micro four thirds sensor aside. So I mean, it's nice, and I want one, but
Well,
you
it
know,
it, it depends. A 2020, 2021 micro four thirds against a 2024 1 inch. I beg that the 1 inch with the newer technology is probably better than that micro four thirds from 3 years ago.
yeah, the through port, the yeah, much better
All the
technology with
technology
it.
keeps getting
Yep.
nicer and nicer. So,
You can get it delivered.
Because like they
12
said,
pack
it's
of
not
toilet
about the
paper. I like
size.
it.
We can
It's
ship
all
you
about
some.
the
We,
size.
we got some toilet paper up here. Me and Angel can get it down there to you.
Mavic 4 are us, guys.
Yeah.
Get that
No,
Mavic
we need the
4.
we need the big drones. We need the big drones.
Inspire.
We'll carry you in case. No, hell no. We'll go in with the big suckers, man. What is the
You
one
talk
that
about the
Dale's
Mavic
got now?
4s.
with the dock and everything, the
Oh, you're talking about
M30
one
or
of those
M6.
agriculture drones?
No, like the big ones that they run over the sites and stuff, like Dale's got that comes out of the
Yeah,
box.
The M3T,
That just
yeah, the M3G. That's
massive.
what I was.
That way we could
M30.
send. We could take like we could take 3 or 4 cases down there and just drop them in Johnny's yard.
Taking orders
Anyway,
now, guys. Taking orders pretty soon.
yep. So just remember, we're close to the border, but we need. Let's see, what do we need? We got to figure out how we're going to do this. We got to figure out what the price is going to be.
To
We
do
got
a
to,
couple of business days,
yeah, because
you know.
you're gonna have to pay us for travel. You're gonna have to pay us for our stay there, and then you're gonna have to pay us for, you know.
Hey,
Hey,
who's
hey, I'm
saying?
I'm only
Well,
I'm
they're
only
coming
like
back,
4 hours
man.
from the border, so I'm
No,
just gonna head
we
up.
have to work out a deal now. We might have to stay a day or two, so we have to have the extra just in case. So so this markup's gonna be, I don't know, what, an extra $1,000 for each drive.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus,
We might need that to get out of jail too.
Bill's going first class.
We might need
I'm,
that to get
I'm,
out of jail
I'm like
too. We
going
might
up
need that.
and flying and coming back.
He's
Yeah,
flying
that's
up,
what we're
staying
gonna
at the
do.
Hilton.
That's what we're doing.
I go up, I fly, I
You're
eat some
driving.
poutine,
DeLon says he's
and then I'll
driving to
come back.
Canada to pick up an Air 3S.
We crossed the border, and when it was, you know, spring break with the kids,
Hmm.
and they looked at us like we were crazy because my son wanted to go get poutine, and I wanted to fly at night. I didn't mention the flying at night, but we did mention the poutine, and they're like, "Welcome to Canada."
We want your money.
Yeah.
We live for tourism.
When we
I mean,
came back the next day, they looked at him and I like we were crazy. They're like, "What are you doing back?" It's
we
like,
told you we came and
"I want
got
to go
what
to
we wanted. Now we're
Vancouver."
leaving.
Yeah,
It would have freaked out even more if he came back in a different car.
yeah, yeah.
What happened to the other car? It didn't make it. It's curing. What do you mean it's curing? Well, it's in the middle of a bunch of concrete. What? Never
Actually, the
mind.
guy was surprised because that day I drove up from Seattle. He's like, where are you driving from?" I was like, "I drove up from Seattle." And
Hmm.
he's like, "And you're crossing the border now?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're going to get poutine, and then we'll come back later." "But you are coming up from Seattle." I was like, "Yeah, but we're staying in Linden. But we drove up from Seattle, like I drove up like 3 hours ago." And they couldn't understand it. They're like, "What?"
Why is that such a big deal? I don't understand. Like you're not allowed to
Well,
drive from
clearly,
Seattle.
I
You
think they're
you
used to getting the
you need
Seattle
to
people.
stop and rest in Blaine before attempting
Yeah,
to cross the border.
exactly. Well, that's the thing is they want. I think Blaine is used to it. Lyndon is like, "Where are you going?"
I don't know. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, the only thing that I don't like about Blaine is the land that time forgot.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like they don't. Nothing evolves. The motels and hotels are literally hotels and motels from 1960.
Yeah.
That literally still look like they're in 1960. I mean, the last time we went up there to the water park, which I don't even know if it's still open or not anymore. And we went up there to the water
I
park.
think it's closed. It's
Yeah,
closed.
and my wife didn't like the room so much that we had to go to Fred Meyer's in Burlington and buy all new bedclothes, pillows, sheets, blankets, everything. So I was like, oh, well,
You
that's my
drove.
mistake. I picked this place and we stayed for a whole week. It was cool though. It
You
was
drove
pretty
halfway
close.
back home. You drove
Huh?
halfway back home. You
Well,
drove
I drove,
halfway back home
but why?
to go to Burlington.
Yeah, that's true. So, but yeah, it was cool though. I liked going there. The plaza that we
Mhm.
went to that had the Fred Meyer's in it didn't really look like, it looked more like a mall parking lot than it looked like
Right.
a grocery store
A
parking lot.
traditional grocery store. Right.
Yeah, which I kind of like that better. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, let's see. What have I seen new streaming this week? We haven't finished The Bear yet. We've got 3 episodes left of The Bear, so I can't really say. The Bear is confusing this year. They're this season, but it's really, really good. What else have I watched recently? What have we watched recently? Just I watched. I like I said, I like Deadpool and Wolverine, and it looks like the door's open for another.
They said they're not, but I feel like they make too much money. They'll do it again.
Yeah, remember what he said because he kept dropping hints through the movie. He's like, Disney's gonna make you do this until you're 90.
90. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That was so funny, man. And he was always ripping it. He's like, "Go to hell,
Yeah.
Warner.
Yeah.
I'm a Disney property now." I'm sure he has something to do with the way they write those lines. It's got to be.
Oh, totally.
It's
Totally.
too much like him. Let's see. It says in the FCC filing that the difference in the JV31 is a different gimbal and related main. Yeah, that which would make different. It would make sense that it would be the base Mavic 4 and then the Mavic 4 Cine. But the other picture that he posted with that was not because that picture, there's the picture that I brought up. That picture that he posted in there is like 6 months old. Detroit made the playoffs. Detroit. Oh, you mean in baseball?
Congrats to Detroit. What are we talking about here?
Must be baseball.
Baseball?
Got to be baseball. Because I know the Mariners didn't again.
22 out of 23 seasons now.
It's ridiculous. The dude that's been like here for how many years, and they just re-signed his contract again. Remember they were doing good at the first of the season, and they were like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and give him a extension, and then just like every other time, they start doing crap at the end.
Fellas, I'm gonna call it a night.
All right, that's cool, Randy. Appreciate it. We're kind of just
All right, Randy.
hanging around anyway. Thanks for
Alrighty,
coming
Doc.
in. Appreciate it. And happy birthday, Ron. Ron will be back next week.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ron.
Happy
Ron's
birthday,
hopefully
Ron.
knocking a
See you,
few back
Randy.
right now.
Have a good. He says he's gonna wait till January on his Air 3S.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, bye bye.
Yeah, big up,
I'd like
Randy.
to have one. I'd like to have an Air 3S now.
All right, I'm going to go on an aside here and say that this thing is pretty awesome,
It is.
and I should have gotten it earlier.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
But like I said, I'm giving my daughter, my daughter-in-law, the original pocket, and so that and I'm going to keep. I saw earlier where somebody was trying to sell their Mini 3 Pro. I think the Mini 3 Pro is going to be my wife's drone because she actually is talking.
It's a great drone.
She's
It's
talking
a
like
great
she
drone.
might be interested in flying a little bit again. So I'll
Well,
have to see how that goes. We'll see.
take her out to a big open space and let her rip. I'm going to be
she'll
in
be-
Minneapolis this weekend, and I'm going to take the Mini 3 with me.
Yeah, you're going up there for your convention. I understand.
Conference, yeah.
Yeah, kind of conference. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of. There's not really. That's what I said. There's not a whole lot going on because I looked and see what was happening, and I noticed that Randy had posted all that stuff in a bunch of the groups. So I was like, okay. But let's see. So if the FCC, why would there be two different? Why would it say there's a different gimbal and a motherboard? Because okay, but what I'm thinking is that if that means they're going to release more again, they'll have a Mavic 4, no Pro, no nothing, just a Mavic 4, like they did with us
And then a
before
Pro
when we
and
bought
a
the
Cine.
Mavic 3, and then they'll bring out the Cine with it too, and the Cine is going to be like $5,000, and then the damn like the 4 is going to be like $3,000.
Right.
How much do we
3
spend
or
for
3,500,
for the
depending
fly
on what
more?
bells and whistles are on it.
Yeah.
Right.
But that new gimbal looks like that they've tried to just put as much. Oh God, would that not be hilarious? Would that not be hilarious? If it was a Pro and a Zoom model. And that big giant evil gimbal was from the Zoom model. That would be kind of
Yeah.
twisted. But it doesn't look like there's little to no protection of that new gimbal at all. It looks to me like if it runs into something, it's toast. And that's why I don't know. Maybe the sensors being on top like that might be a little bit more helpful, but I don't know But it looks to me like if you hit, there's no protection for the gimbal. At least, before there was a little bit of a hood going over it. So I don't know.
Did anybody ever complain about the Mavic 3 Pro and the gimbal? I don't think so. We haven't heard much about it, right?
Oh, excuse me. No, but it like you said, it doesn't look like it looks to me like there's nothing over top of the gimbal at all now. And I think that's why
Right.
Randy says he doesn't like it. It's turning it into more of what it's intended to be. More Much less of what they would call a drone and more of a flying camera.
Hmm.
And maybe they're trying
Right.
to say we're all this is a flying camera. It's not meant for surveillance and all this other stuff. It's meant to take footage and take photos, and that's it. That's what we're trying to
Right.
build now.
It
I don't know.
happens to shoot video, but we're focused on the camera aspect,
Yeah,
right? If you have
yeah.
like, imagine if you had like two, three, potentially four, maybe they put four cameras in it because of the Mavic 4.
So we're gonna. They're like they said. We're gonna hang a cell phone like this in the
It's
air.
gonna be like we have three 1-inch sensors on there at each different focal length. Don't worry
Well, it
about it,
will
guys.
have. Well, like I was saying, it was going to be the micro four thirds, the 70 millimeter, and the 1 inch. But I don't know what you would use them for. Seriously, what really and truthfully, with the Mavic 3, what all did we really? Still didn't use the lenses that much. I
I
would use.
did. I thought it still came out pretty nice. The 7X, and I've used the 14 one time to shoot. When the Blue Angels came to town,
Yeah.
and that looked. I mean, you can tell it's grainy. It's not beautiful, but
Yes.
it looks good. Yeah,
Someone
three one
get me.
inch. Exactly. Someone get me a towel.
We were talking about the Mavic 4 and what we potentially were thinking
Yeah, Mavic 4. Yeah,
too much for this. All right, Mike, thanks. Oh, well, I'm getting to that point too. I think
me
it's
too.
actually cool with me. I know it's a little early, but it's kind of not. It feels like I don't know, not quite as active if less Ron's here or something. But anyway,
Oh,
so I
good.
think
Well, I
we'll go
mean,
ahead and
the kids are also ready to eat too. So I'm getting
yeah.
hungry. So
Well,
yeah,
now you're making me think about going and making. I have macapuno ice cream and caramel topping. Now, anybody that knows what not macapuno is, it's young baby coconut and like really like French vanilla ice cream, and it's oh so good. Anyway,
sounds good.
please join us next week, and I will probably have at least one or two more streaming things to talk about, and probably more drone stuff to talk about because I got this weird feeling that we're going to get maybe let's see when would it be? So Igor's predicting the 15th. So we would get specs next week if that was true. We will get specs and like a book, and then we would get the email like on Sunday. Odd that it would be on a Tuesday, but Tuesday's the day they release stuff too, so it could be. And then the 16th we could celebrate and say I could show you my. It's going to be here any day now. Oh, it'll be cool. Or I pick it up from Best Buy. Anyway, with that being said, and then Angel's coming up, and we're going to fly it that day. Live for you.
Totally, totally.
All right. Well, no, you'll be gone. No, you'll be here. What am I thinking about?
I'll be back. I'm only
Let me put.
gone. I'm leaving
Let me
Saturday
put
and
my
coming
brain.
back
I
on
got to put
Tuesday.
new batteries in my brain between now and
Yeah, yeah,
next week.
yeah. I'm here. I'm just
All
gone
right.
for a few days.
All right. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Sorry it was kind of lackadaisical. We'll be more on the ball next week. Live long and prosper. Love all of you. We'll see you next week.